this is CARMEN. Welcome to my studio. For this episode, I would like to show you how to do a portrait in oil. And the technique is called direct methods. It means we're gonna paint the portrait in a couple hours. We're not gonna spend time to do lasing or anything. We just paint in one shot. Many artists use the technique called alla primas, or most of us we call it direct painting methods, because we're going to spend a few hours with the models and we just paint. All right, so whatever you have, 1 hour, 2 hours, one shot, and that was it. For this episode, I think I'm going to spend about 3 hours. All right, because of the pandemic, so I can't hire live model at this point. So I'm gonna use the picture I took of one of my models when I'm traveling. This is her. I think her name is Camille, and I work with her in Florida. Very beautiful models. So talking about materials, this is just a linen canvas. You can use a regular canvas, or you can use linen, whatever you want. This one a little more expensive. The surface is smoother. Before I started, I used burnt sienna mixed with ultramarine blue to tone the canvas a little bit. You can mix them with actually any color you like. Okay, some people like to use burnt umber. Some people like to use a mix of burnt umber and yellow ochre, and little a greenish sap green on it. It turns a bit warmer than this. It's okay too. It's just a tone color for a canvas, and somewhere in the mid-tone it works. All right, for the canvas we're talking about oil. I like gambling. Gambling is a great oil for me, and I work with this company for a little more than 10 years, and I like the colors. All right, the only thing I like to mix between of gambling, I use Winsor Newton for burnt sienna. Burnt sienna in Winsor Newton is warmer, and it's got semi-transparency, and I like it better than the burnt sienna with gambling. So that's the one I'm mixing in here. What else do I need? Alright, so because I'm working on direct methods, I also like to use liquid. Liquid is just medium. It makes the paint dry faster. So when I'm travel do a demo, I like to use liquid to make it dry faster. That's one of the things I like to use, and today I'm gonna use liquid to mix. I also have used a tupanor to sometimes thin out the oil a little bit, or sometimes to use them to wash my process. All right, so that's what I need today. Oh, not forget about the process. I have many processes in here, many, but you don't have. Oops, you don't have to have many like what I have. You can have less than me. Mostly I like some brown process, and this one from Princeton, from number 0 to number 4. I also have some long process for edges. This one is from Rosemary number 4. I also have some flat like this, and so from this one from Royal, and also from Rosemary's. It's easy for me to do the backgrounds. Alright, you only need about 3 or 4. But it's up to you. I use many of them, and some of them is very worn out. This one is from Escada. We call it cat tongue. It's the properties of the hair here. It's easy for sketching too, so I'm gonna use this one for sketching before I start applying colors. So that's about it. To start, first I need to do a foundation, a sketching, or we call it sketching, or we call it a foundation, similar to a drawing. I'm gonna use burnt umber and burnt sienna, 2 of them first, and after this I'm gonna apply the color, and I will introduce the color palette. All right, so let's start. let's start the drawing first. For me, drawing is a very important foundation for any kinds of painting. It could be a pastel, could be a drawing, oil painting. The foundation is so important. So let's start. I'm gonna use brow brush number 4 at this point. I have some little bit of oils in it. I use the mixtures of burnt umber and burnt sienna mixture. Mix a little bit with the liquid. So I'm gonna start and do a little bit of a sketch right here. You see, I'm very careful. Make a landmark here. This is the top of her hair, right? So I'm gonna go out here and make a little mark here. I say that is her chin. I try to do what I'm doing here is called blocking. If you new for my new patron for my Patreon, you can go back to the old video. I was talking about how to do a blocking in drawing. I go back for so many videos to learn. All right. Try to do shape, right? Very light touch. Not gonna be to go crazy because it's just the beginning. I also have a piece of towels in my hand in case I don't like it. It's just, you know, wipes it off easily. I'm looking for that side of her head, you know, just the beginning. Just like a little bit of sketching when you do a drawing. That. Actually, this is one of my favorite part to do a drawing is it's a painting, is sketching, because I love drawing. I don't know how about you, but for me, drawing is wonderful. It's fun, and I love it. From here, and that side of her hair, make the connects here. I feel that should be around here. Just symbol some of the touch here, so you can tell what is it. Beautiful. This is a flower. Leave this a long neck here. Just make it like this. Line. Very simple shape. At this point right now is no detail. Okay. Blocking. We do a big shape. Then we breaking to smaller shape. And then we're blocking the shadow. And then we're gonna do detail. It's no reason to focus on draw little eyes with this point. No, okay? Stay away from it. Stay away from it for me. I've been teaching many years, and the problem is most of us, I would say, I was one of people too, love drawing this stuff. And that's the problem is focus on details, and we forgot about the principle of drawing. They have to be, everything have to be break it down first. So you can control the anatomy, you can control the composition, so that's very important. Okay, so here I can looking for that shape, the negative shape here. And this is, don't even looking for abstract shape here. Make it like here, that's her shoulder. Just go, neck, fade here. Look at the shape like that. And from here, have a beautiful neck lines here. That's where the hair is, the hair coming out here, here. This is a flower here. Make a big shape here, here. Right. So this is the chin here. You see the little bits of the. Again, look at the shape. Okay, the hair has to be right here, and the rest is just her hair and her beautiful line for her top. So now I can see that that is the shape of the portrait, the sign, and the blade almost the center. This side a little bit bigger because I always like if the face. Look at this one. I like a little bit more airy around here. So The composition will take a while for people to draw to Blake is the right spot. But just all practicing, okay? It's all about practicing. Alright, so now I'm gonna looking for, I have the shapes like this. I'm gonna go for looking for the central like. She got it tilted, so I can make sure that I get that angle like this. So I'm gonna make like that. Now, okay. And I can see this is her hairline. They come from this side. Just simple object like that. And I'm going to measure the pictures, and I know that the distance from her hairline here to this between her eyebrow, bottom of the nose is right here. You can see the related to her hair here. Bottom of the chin. Those distance are almost equal. Okay, so I can just simple make the line, and they are, you know, light up parallel to each other, so to make sure that you understand that. And again, if you haven't watched all the video I did for my Patreon, please go back. There are many, I believe it's like almost 50 videos now to watch. You can go back, some drawing, how to learn how to block in. I have many videos. And it's good for you before you jump into using a brush as the tool to draw. I like you to draw in pencil first, you know. For the slide here, I can just simply make suggestion that is a nose like this, nose. So many things, it's just the beginning. I know that I'm gonna have a lot of things to fix. It's just the beginning. So somewhere around here, just make a symbol like a landmark for now. Shadow on her lip. You can feel that we start building a face, right? Okay, if I'm looking for that like here, I can just symbol make. I like her hair a lot. That color of the picture is not quite. Because I took the picture from my symbol for my cell phone, so it's not the perfect picture for reference. But when I'm travel, I don't bring my professional camera with me, so that's all I have. So yeah, that's okay, I think. So I think it's less than 10 minutes. I already have a little bit of foundation now. Okay, but again, I'm not gonna hurry to jump into detail. I will continue to break inside the smaller shapes, and from then later on I'm gonna add more details. I'm kind of happy with this right now. Now I'm draw a little bit of the shadow. I'm beginning with the shadow in her neck here. You see that shape of the shadow here? I can just feeling it a little bit of this oil. You can use a paper towel to blend them too, okay? You don't have to be perfect at this point, just blend them out. Soft the line a little bit, because you have to go back with more stronger drawing. But now to make a little shape, I'm squint my eyes so I can just see a shape. Just eyebrow go this way. Okay, and this side is parallel, so I make a little landmark here. This is another one, another eyebrow started. Okay, this beautiful shape nose here. And okay, that's Try out the nose. And this side. Try to build a shape, okay? So, you see, try not to think of detail. Shape, form. Okay, so now from here, I'm looking for a squint my eye. All I see is her eye sockets, is a whole shadows in here like this. But because I have two eyes, I like to work on both of them at the same time. So I'm not going to mess around. So I suggest that people should draw, if you have a drawing with two eyes, work with them at the same time. It's better than you just working on one eye to another eye. I have seen artists do that. If you're very good, then you can do it. But when you start it, it's good to control both of the eye at the same times, right? Here you go, same thing, and just filling with the block in the shadow like that. Just use a paper towel, soften the shadow a little bit, wipe them off a little bit. Shape, I like the shape here. You can see that a little bit her cheekbone here. And of course it's good to learn some anatomies, right? So if you can learn some anatomy, buy some book to understand how the cheekbone go, it'd be great. You see, that's the no detail. I just have shape and forms. And this took me about a little bit more than 10 minutes. All right. So now I look at this. Time for me to looking for structures of her face a little bit more. I'm going to draw a little bit more careful now than before. Looking for beautiful hairline. You see that even I'm drawn by the brush, I mostly use straight lines, okay? Just same thing about the way I draw with pencil. I use mostly lines to draw. I think it's, see that? Here at the bottom of her chin. And from here, I can see the neckline a little bit better. Then just symbol, draw the shape of the shadow. Just put block in the shadow. You're looking for shape of the hair, okay? I also really like her hair. She have cut a dark red hair, very beautiful. Doing this here. Come in. Very classical look. This turned into a very beautiful design for the painting with her top. Open her shoulder like this. To the neck like here. I think that I can make the neck a little bit smaller here. Her hair come in closer. And this hairline is a relationship. This hand, this beautiful shoulder go this way, and this hair come. You see, you can see now. I stopped like the drawing. I like it very much so far. Let's start with now. It's time for me to start with the leaders of the corner of the eyes. Okay, to make a little landmark here. She have beautiful blue eyes. I should make a shape for now, and I will add more detail later. Now, just a shape. Relationship with the outside of the nose is almost touching the corners of her eyes. You can see that structure, shadow come this way, the cheekbone come in, touch the corners of her mouth here, that to the left. Feeling, blocking the shadow a little bit here. Then I will just make the drawing more clear later. But now you can see that I got the face, the eyes, nose, lip, shaving. I'm quite happy with it for now. Okay. So the next step, we're gonna do more, a little bit draw, because I already have the foundation here, so I'm more confident to draw a little bit darker. But let's working on. Be working on the hair. And again, this is a mixture. The color I mix both of them, color burnt sienna and burnt umber together, mix it here and there, and they turn into just kind of warm it color, what I like. Some people like to use just burnt umber, or you can use just burnt sienna. At this point, it's okay. You don't have. For me, I don't think it's wrong or right. It's just how are you comfortable with the colors, and I like this color. For me, it's because it's not too warm. Burnt sienna is too warm for me. With a little bit of burnt umber, it makes them a little bit darker and less rest. So this is like this. This is a beautiful flower. I like linen. You can see the surface is very smooth, and I bought this linen a while ago. I will have the brand, the name for you, and the website for you to buy it on the material list, so you can buy it if you want to, but it costs you some money. But if you want to just use canvas, I think there's nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna soften the edges a little bit, make it softer. See that? So it's now I use number 4, and the brush here is called the cat tongue. You can see how I can close it up. You can see how I delete the porty here, so it's easy for me to work on the detail a little bit. I'm gonna use just the same colors again, the mixtures of burnt sienna, burnt umber, add a little bit of liquids on it, then I can start drawing. So far I'm very happy with the foundation now, and I'm gonna start with make it more detail. I'm start with her nose, okay? Very light touch. I don't have to go very strong at this point. The reason I like to use this brush to do the sketch, because the tip of the brush is wonderful to draw. Kind of weird to say painting but drawing at the same time, but I love it because I feel I'm very comfortable with drawing pencil, and this brush has helped me to feel that I'm doing pencil. And I know some artists, they can draw with bigger brush. It's fine too if you can do that, but for me, I like this brush a lot. It allow me to working on detail a little bit better. See that? And I have this here. I'm gonna start with the eyebrows here, and then make sure that I get the eyebrow stuff from here, and this is a shadow, the eye socket. So make sure that I got it here, and there's the eyebrow stuff from here. Okay, make sure I make some landmark here before I draw. Make sure that I get that shape right. Still thinking of shape and form. The shape of the eyebrow is somewhat connect to the shadow of her eyes. For people with a beginning level, if you want to follow me, I'd like you to use pastel pencil to start. So easy for you to, more forgiving for you to start your drawing. Okay. I know that drawing from a brush is very different than drawing from a pencil, because it requires a lot of controlling and understanding the pressure of the brush, and you will get there. You will, I believe. People need to study and practicing. But when you just first started and you saw people drawing with the brush like this, like it's very it's not that easy. Okay, so I'll be honest with you, not that easy. I will edit this video, and I don't know how long it's gonna be. Maybe I have to break into a few smaller episodes. Uh, for 2 hours, maybe a 3 episode, so you can learn slowly with me. Otherwise, if I cut out the video, you might lose a lot of information. So I like to be maybe just simple, make it a little bit longer, but make it smaller clip, so you can enjoy it anytime you want to do it. You go back to episode them, part 1, part 2, part 3. Maybe should be 3 parts is better. Okay, as you see, I can start with her eyes here. Now see the basic structures of the eye. Not gonna jump in and draw lots of detail, just the shape of the eye. Think about she is like a sculpture at that point. Yeah, you're drawing a bust, or sculptures of a woman head. And there's a future here. Then I can see that I can lower the lip lines a little bit, because it's the tip of her upper lip. Right. I can just make that corner of the mouth slightly lower, and that side a little bit lower as well. You see that? Okay. So the lower lip, upper lip a little bit thicker, so I can have this thing come in, come back. So now you can see I managed to have the structures of her head now, and it's just I think it's over 20 minutes. I think when you're working from live, same thing with you working from live, you don't have a lot of time to think of details. Okay, what you're doing here, focus on shape and form first, and then later on, if you, as long as how much time you have, you can fill in with detail. And notice that here is the bottom of the ear. I think she have a beautiful earring coming out from here too, and not forget about that. Hair sticking out. The hair coming in. You can see that I'm painting, but actually at this stage for me it's more like drawing, what I love, because for me, I don't know, some others they love painting. I do love painting, but I love drawing too. I love drawing so much. And so if you can see that I create a system for my pastel, it's mostly all about drawing. Drawing it for me is my passion. And many people think the way I paint is just so similar to the way I draw. And actually, for me, that's a huge compliment because I really love drawing. So, okay, so you can see that is a very good foundation for me. To add more little bit detail, and the next step, to apply colors. Sometimes I'm looking for the relationship with this outline here compared to the corner of the mouth. Same thing with here. So I can see that side is soft the mouth a little bit. It should be inside here. Okay, so I'm quite happy with what's going on right now. I think I'm gonna start working on the eyes a little bit more. Just make sure that I have both of the iris in the same side. Make sure that this. Sometimes your finger is, the pet tool. You can just use them. Eyes and there's tear ducts in here, and I'm gonna make this line a little bit stronger. This line outside. Sure, this line is not quite right. Feel block in the shadow a little bit more. The beautiful shadow like here, so come her nose and just come around. See that? Did I It should be a little bit bigger. Her eyebrows, they come this side. Inside her, this is, you can see like a corners of her eye. And there's a little tails of the eyebrow on top of the bone. We have more time to working on detail of the eye when we apply the colors in it. Now it's just shaping it. Look nice, and just a little bit of lower lid here. Make sure I have this is, and just mention this is a cheekbone here. And like the corners of the mouth. You know, it's time for me to work a little bit more detail. Before I apply the colors, I might lost the original drawings. I just want to make sure that I remember those lines, okay? I try to get it to only 3 hours for this exercise, but who knows? It's my less than 3 hours. It's might even more. Just let's see. But then we have a when you have a model pole for you, then a different story, because most of the time, you know, you have exactly how many hours you have. But for me, when I do a demo on video like this, it seems a little bit easier for me compared to I do a demo in front of my students because people are asking and I lost my concentration sometimes because I have to pay attention to the drawing at the same time. The student asking, then I have to answer the questions, and I kind of feel lost sometimes. Like, oh, what next? So here is a little bit better, but is it a job for us? But if sometimes if you are a student and some of you are art teacher and you understand what I'm talking about, when you do a demo, it's not just your hand working, your eyes working, your brain working, and then your mouth talking. So many functions working at the same time is challenging. If sometimes we, the teacher, not doing very good demo, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. I hope you guys understand because it's not easy job for us. Sometimes the mood is gone, the model is getting tired and no longer inspiring. It's just it's harder for the artist too. So if you go to a workshop and saw an artist sometimes couldn't make a good demo, sometimes please understand because it's not all of us can crack out so beautiful every day. We just like other people, just like you guys. Sometimes a good painting, sometimes it's not good. Just we not machine. I went into many workshops with some artists I love, and I totally understand it because sometimes a lot of pressure working in front of like people asking, and it's hard for the artist sometimes. I think I'm almost there with the drawing, with the foundation, with the drawing for this painting. Then the next step is I'm going to apply color. I'm going to show you the color palette. It's very simple color. It's because it's the direct method. I don't use a lot of colors in here. Very simple color. You're gonna apply colors and she's gonna come alive. That side of the face here. Okay, let's apply the colors.